This is the first creation account. In the beginning, when Elohim created the heavens and the earth was without form, and darkness covered the face of the abyss. Elohim's spirit hovered over the waters. Elohim said, "Let there be light," and there was light, and it was good. Elohim separated the light from darkness, and called the light day, and the darkness night. This was the first day. Elohim said, "Let there be a dome to separate the waters above the dome from the waters below." Elohim called the dome sky. This was the second day. Elohim said, "Let the water gather in one place, and let dry land appear." Elohim called the dry land earth, and the water seas, and it was good. Then Elohim called forth vegetation, and it was good. This was the third day. Elohim said, "Let there be lights in the sky." Elohim made a greater light to rule the day, and a lesser light to rule the night and the stars. And it was good. This was the fourth day. Elohim said, "Let the waters bring forth every living creature, birds, monsters of the sea, every creature that moves in the air and in the sea." And it was good. This was the fifth day. Elohim said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures of every kind, the wild animals, the cattle, and everything that creeps on the earth." And it was good. Then Elohim said, "Let us make humans in our image. They will have dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, and the animals of the earth." Male and female Elohim created them. And it was very good. This was the sixth day. Elohim rested on the seventh day. This is the second account of creation. On the day that Yahweh Elohim made the earth and the heavens, there were no plants, because no rain had yet fallen upon the earth, and there was no one to till the ground. Water came up from the earth and watered the dry ground. Then Yahweh Elohim formed a groundling and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Yahweh Elohim planted a garden in Eden in the east and put the groundling there. Yahweh Elohim made trees that were good to look at and good to eat sprout from the ground. There was also the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. A river flows out of Eden and divides into 4 branches: the Pishon, the Gihon, the Tigris, and the Euphrates. Yahweh Elohim put the groundling in the garden to serve and keep it. Yahweh Elohim commanded the groundling, "You may eat of any tree in the garden, except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The day you eat of that tree, you will die." Yahweh Elohim said, "It is not good that the groundling should be alone. I will make for it a help as its counterpart." Yahweh Elohim formed out of the ground all the animals of the field and birds of the sky, and brought them to the groundling for him to name them. But the groundling found no help as its counterpart. Yahweh Elohim made a deep sleep fall on the groundling. He took one of his ribs, and he made it into a woman. When he brought the woman to the groundling, he said, "This one is bone of my bone, flesh from my flesh. This one shall be called woman, because she has been taken out of man. This is why a man will leave his father and his mother, and cling to his woman, and they will become one flesh." They were both naked, and were not ashamed. The serpent was more shrewd than any other of the beasts of the field. It said to the woman, "Elohim said you shall not eat of all the trees of the garden?" The woman said to the serpent, "We may eat of any tree in the garden, except the tree in the middle of the garden. If we eat it or touch it, we will die." The serpent said to the woman, "You will not die. If you eat of the tree, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like Elohim, knowing good and evil." The woman saw that the tree was good for food, and was desired to make one wise. She took of the fruit and ate. She also gave some to the groundling, and he ate. Their eyes were opened, and they saw that they were naked, and they covered themselves with fig leaves. They heard Yahweh Elohim walking in the garden, and they hid themselves in the tree of the garden. Yahweh Elohim called to the groundling and said, "Where are you?" He said, "I heard your voice, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid." He said, "Who told you that you were naked? Did you eat from the tree that I commanded you not to eat?" The groundling said, "The woman you gave to be with me, she gave me the fruit, and I ate." Yahweh Elohim said to the woman, "What have you done?" The woman said, "The serpent enticed me, and I ate." Yahweh Elohim said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, you will be cursed among all the animals. You will eat soil all the days of your life. There will be enmity between you and the woman, between her offspring and yours. He will strike your head, and you will strike his heel." To the woman he said, "I will increase your pains in childbearing. You will long for your man, and he will rule over you." To the groundling he said, "Cursed is the ground because of you. It will bring forth thorns and thistles. Out of the sweat of your face will you eat plants of the field and bread, until you return to the ground. Out of the soil you were taken, and to the soil you will return." The groundling named the woman Eve, for she is the mother of all that lives. Yahweh Elohim made clothes out of skins for the groundling and his wife. Yahweh Elohim said, "The groundling has become like one of us, knowing good and evil. Now he might eat of the tree of life and live forever." Yahweh Elohim sent the groundling away from the Garden of Eden. At the east of the Garden of Eden, he placed the cherubim and the scorching turning sword to guard the way to the tree of life.